Hi everyone, it's Russell here from The Presenter. Just a very short presentation tip about what you should drink before you go on stage to present. And this isn't the sort of tip that you see very often, so I thought I'd share it with you as my young 3-year-old daughter decided that mum or dad was not going to sleep at all last night, and so I'm on my 4th coffee this morning already, and it got me thinking about what are the things that we should avoid drinking and what should we drink before a presentation, because it is really important. It is part of presenting. You need to think about what you're putting into your system before you're going on stage to perform. So the very first thing we need to think about is what's going on up here. Now, most of us are going to be quite nervous about presenting, and if that's you, then what's going to happen when you step on stage, and even before you step on stage, is there's going to be a lot of adrenaline running through your system. Now, that's going to make you very excited, it's going to make you very alert, but if you introduce caffeine at the same time, it's going to make you feel absolutely crazy. And I've had to learn the hard way with this because I am a bit of a coffee junkie. I absolutely love a good cup of coffee. And of course, when you go to visit clients, when you go to events, before you step on stage, the very first thing that people offer you is a coffee. And in the past, I've always said, yes, please, I'll have a black coffee. I absolutely love it, so I can't say no to it. But I've been on stage so many times now and felt kind of dizzy from having a really strong coffee and that increase of adrenaline running through my system that I know now I should really avoid that before I present. So think about your mental, think about what's going on in your head, try to keep a calm head, and adrenaline is going to be in your system regardless of how confident you are about your presentation anyway. So try and avoid introducing caffeine into the mix as well. Personally, I try to avoid caffeine at least 90 minutes before I'm presenting, because I know that it takes a couple of hours for caffeine to get out of my system. So that's one thing that we should avoid because we need to try and keep a level head. But what about this area down here? So we need to think about our voice as well. This is really important. I always like to have a bottle of water next to me whilst I'm presenting, because I do suffer from a bit of nerves as I present and I get quite a dry throat. Now you need to be really careful to avoid drinking ice water before you go on stage to present as well. So if you know that coffee is going to make you feel a bit crazy, try to also avoid ice water, because ice water can actually close up your throat, and you'll hear some people on stage, their voice will break from time to time and they'll feel like they're losing their voice. They're not losing their voice at all. What's happening is that ice is just closing up their throat, and it's really not beneficial at all if you're about to present. So what you should drink is really simple: room temperature water. That's what I tend to stick to. Some people say, oh, I don't like room temperature water, I prefer it to be flavoured water or whatever. That's absolutely fine. So I like to add a bit of lemon or lime into my water, sometimes even a bit of cucumber if I'm feeling fancy, but try to avoid ice, try to avoid caffeine as much as you can. You want to make sure that your throat doesn't close up, it's nice and open so that you can project your voice, and you want to make sure that you can remember your lines and your brain isn't going at 100 miles an hour with all of that caffeine. So hopefully that's helped. I'm going to be posting lots more presentation tips like this. If you need any help or advice at all with presentation design, training or support, please get in touch with me or my team on thepresenter.com. Take it easy, good luck presenting this week, and I'll speak to you soon.